Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to PWR Daily for Monday, December 25, 2006. It is Christmas Day. We don't take a day off. It is still time for PWR Daily. Damian Nelson, along with Frank Cosentino, we are your PWR Daily team, and it is time for your emails. We have a large stack, a stackamus for all of us.
Very good.
You like that?
We don't need a poll for that either.
I don't know what kind of show you think this is, but we don't have that
We will have the feats of strength later.
Your emails, ladies and gentlemen, you can be featured on this very program by simply emailing us at mail@pwrshow.com, mail@pwrshow.com. Frank, take it away.
This one is from Machiavelli Till Dawn from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. It's a very long email, but there is a piece in here that is a comment towards you. That would be you.
Oh.
Damian, in one of your episodes, you said that how it wasn't a good thing that TNA started to diss WWE and DX. I think it's the best thing. You need something like that since right now, in my view, WWE is just plain boring. They're not pushing to the limit as they used to, and since TNA is becoming bigger and bigger, I think it's the best move that TNA can do as long as they don't do it overboard and just stick with dissing WWE poor decisions when it comes to storyline and matches. Do you agree?
I disagree. I disagree, namely because we saw this in '96 when the outsiders, quote-unquote, came into WCW. I think that unlike what WCW did at the time, which they weren't really fighting their way up, I mean, they were still behind WWE, they were a solid competitor. TNA can be that solid competitor without calling attention to their competition. However, there are those fans out there who see things the way you do, which is WWE is a stale, old product, and they want an alternative. So if this angle gets people talking and gets people checking out TNA, then it works.
Brad Jones writes, "Hello, Damian. This is Brad Jones, and I'm writing you to ask you about the TNA position. I've been watching TNA since it started around 5 years ago. By the way, whatever happened to Sonny Siaki?"
I don't even remember. You've been watching TNA longer than I have.
P.S. Do you and Meathead do anything on the side, like radio shows or TV shows, because you two are very good at what you do?
Thank you for those kind words, Meathead, and yourself, Frank.
Yes.
Do a show.
Yes, Fantasy Sports Weekly, Milwaukee's ESPN Radio, 1510 days, 1290 nights in Milwaukee, but you can listen to it via the internet at ESPN1510.com or ESPN Milwaukee. But
you can also link over Saturday mornings from
9 to 11
Central Standard Time here in the States. You can hop on over to PWRshow.com, click on the link, which features that mug and the mug of Meathead, and listen to the show online. Meathead has the better mug.
Ryan Roberts.
It's a great name.
Hello, I'm Ryan Roberts.
It's a great name.
From the 2007 Unforgiven City, Memphis, Tennessee.
Memphis, Tennessee.
I've been watching your show
for about... Street.
Yes, that's a nice city. I've been watching your show for about a month now and think it's one of the best wrestling shows ever. Just gotta love the spoilers. I have a few questions to ask about WWE versus TNA wrestling. Do you think that WWE will answer to TNA BKM deal? I probably doubt it, but you never know, though.
In a public forum, no. Remember when they did the Billionaire Ted skits? They were desperate. And you rarely, if ever, hear WWE mentioning any of their competition in a public forum. I don't think we're going to see that change in this scenario.
What TNA wrestlers do you think would go to WWE?
Absolutely not a one.
None. This past Monday, I noticed with the Battle Royal that there were a lot of superstars that lasted in there longer than expected, such as Lance Cade, Eugene, and a few others. Do you think they will get a big push near future? I think Eugene doesn't. No.
How funny was it, though, DX having him wave at the camera saying, "Hi, Mom"?
Yeah. Eugene is there for comedic relief. I get they're trying to make him a little bit more serious, but
which sort of fell off. I mean, we saw that 2 or 3 weeks ago, and then nothing's happened since, unless it's on Heat that I don't watch it.
No. Jason Lennox. Hey, guys. It's Jason again from Long Island. Don't take anything away from yourselves. I agree with just about everything you say. Anyway, this time I'd like to know, was the beatdown of DX by Team RKO on the 12/18 edition of Raw a good thing in terms of making RKO look good, or did DX sell the beating too much? Well, they were convulsing at the end of this thing. And
the 80s convulsions?
once you see a beating like that, where the show ends and they're just a bloody mess, normally that means you're going to be off the air for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they're going to be off the air for a while, and they're going to have to sell this thing.
Those were also the days of a chair shot ending a match.
Yes.
No, I don't think it was overdone at all. I think it was well done, to be honest with you. I think the realism of it was felt. I think that it was a new dynamic to this angle and to this storyline that we've seen for a couple of months now between these two teams.
Steve Bowers from across the pond in Chelmsford, England. A long-time fan of the show. This is my first email. I have two questions,
What
really.
took you so long?
Yeah. Firstly, like you, Meathead, I loved Chris Jericho's work as a wrestler and do think it's time for him to come back. But where do you think he would be placed within the company as maybe a backup to Cena and others on Raw, which is technically where he was before he left, or maybe in the franchise, be the franchise guy for SmackDown or ECW?
I was recently looking at the WWE Jobs website. They have a few positions available. I think Jericho would fit into a great position I saw on there listed as a curtain jerker.
He can't defend himself.
I'm just saying.
I just won't say anything about
I think Jericho would be a good player in TNA. However, I think if he came back to WWE, he would find the success that he found before as well.
it. Yeah. Well, he had the title reign for a while.
Mm-hmm.
It lasted.
Some of the dark days, but yes, he did. Who remembers that main event from WrestleMania 18? Triple H and Jericho. Not many.
Chris in Tampa, Florida. What's up, guys?
Oh,
Damian.
I love Florida.
Damian, I think you should know that you look like a light-skinned Dave Chappelle.
Crack it.
Meathead, are you from the South? Because you seem to like WCW a lot. If RVD comes to TNA, do you think he should fight Samoa Joe?
I don't see much coming out of that, man.
No, that's two styles that I don't think work in the ring that well.
Man, it'd be a good match. I just ain't gonna put my ass in a seat.
Thank you, Chris. Jordan, Mississauga, Ontario, Canada, which is near Toronto.
Our last email of the day is from Canada again. I love it.
This is the last one for
today, Monday, yes, Christmas Day.
Yes,
I gotta go home and get some ham and turkey and some chitlins and some collard greens and hot water cornbread.
And I'm going to get the lasagna and everything else. So we're going to have to switch one day. I don't want chitlins.
Would you eat chitlins?
I don't even know what chitlins are.
Excellent, you would. Donahue did. Phil Donahue, remember him?
Yes.
TV show.
The lefty. Jordan writes,
I got
Damian,
a nice Christmas card from Barack Obama, by the way. In the
yes,
email.
please vote for me, even though I haven't really committed yet.
You were saying?
Damian, I have a question for you, Meathead, and Frank. What do you guys think of this idea at New Year's resolution? Randy betrays Edge by RKOing him, costing him the match against DX. And he states here, and the reason why Randy did this was because he wants to be WWE champion.
Yeah, sure. That could work. I don't know how much you'll get out of that, to be honest with you. An Edge Orton feud at the top, I don't think.
No. Let them stay together for a
However,
while.
that could allow for DX to separate and them do
It's
what
got
they
to
need to do with
separate.
Triple
It's
H.
got to separate by WrestleMania anyway. In my opinion, DX.
If the rumored matches that are rumored to occur.
Right.
That's PWR Daily for this Christmas Day, Monday, December 25, 2006. Enjoy the rest of this lovely holiday, and remember the true meaning of this holiday. It's not just about gifts and money. It's about much more than that. For Frank Cosentino, this is Damian Nelson signing off. We'll see you tomorrow with yet another email edition of the Pro Wrestling Report.